Hey guys, and welcome back to another video with LukeMan97 and World of Warships Blitz. Sorry if that intro sounded, oh yeah, I usually save the intro differently. I've just been a little bit rusty recently because I've been out on a trip and haven't thought about it. Anyways, today we're looking at a German ship, as you can see with the little flag back there. And this ship is very unique. As you can see, it has two triple turrets of main guns, some secondaries, and torpedoes. This is the Admiral Graf Spee, and yes, I think that's the correct way to pronounce it. Correct me in the comments if it's not. Anyways, these ships actually existed. It's from the Deutschland class, and the Deutschland class was a class of ships that were built by Nazi Germany to be in treaty limits, which I know the question you guys might be asking as well, but Nazi Germany wasn't trying to be in treaty limits. They built the Bismarck, which was way out of treaty limits. Well, yes, but this was before the Germans showed their true side and started going after Jews and invading Poland and stuff. This is back when they were trying to still build their country incognito. They didn't want to get anybody to notice them as far as that. So they were trying to follow treaty limits. So instead of building a full-blown battleship, they put 11-inch guns, only 6 of them, and some secondaries and torpedoes to make these heavy cruiser pocket battleship thingies. I don't know what you want to call them. It says here, yeah, they were called armored ships, but they were also called pocket battleships. The Admiral Graf Spee herself had a fairly short service life. What she did was she was actually attacked by 3 British cruisers, 2 light ones, the Ajax and the Achilles. I think one of which was I think one of the ones that attacked her was a Leander class cruiser, so something like this, were the light cruisers. And then the heavy cruiser Exeter, which I actually have and have reviewed before. So those 3 attacked her. And since she only had 2 turrets, she was forced to split her fire between the 2 and thus got very, very damaged. This was near South America. She got pretty damaged from all that. I don't think she sunk anything, but she did heavy damage to the Exeter and then got sunk. Or no, she didn't get sunk, but she got heavy damage done. There was so much damage done to her, in fact, that she couldn't sail back across the sea to Germany for repairs safely. So they put into a port in South America. I think it was Uruguay or something like that, Uruguay. And they were gonna keep the ship there because they didn't really care about the war. But then the British, there was some sort of rumor that the British were coming to the harbor to take the ship, and so they, the South Americans forced them to either leave, and so they ended up scuttling the ship in the harbor, and then the captain shot himself, which was a very sad end of this ship because it didn't have a very long life. Okay, enough about the history. In the game, as far as elite bonus, I went with advanced turret. I wish there was an elite gun operator that lowered the reload, but I guess that'd be too good. You could go with this to get hit points. AA is pretty useless, and a little bit of traverse speed. Let's see, yeah, AA is really useless. So I went with more traverse speed, because I think the main turrets are pretty slow, unless they're buffed a little bit. Can get historical camo, which that's interesting looking, but it gives you hit points, main battery range, secondary battery range, and torpedo range. If you're wondering, the secondaries are just those 4 little guns on the side, and they have an 8-second reload, so they're not going to make a ton of difference, but they're there. I'm not going to put a British camo on it, that just looks unrealistic. Normal premium ship battle honors, boosters, money, resources. She gets 2 sonars and 3 precise aim 1s, which, yeah, those are, yeah, so anyways, as far as supplies, probably improved crew rations, preventative maintenance pack, and maybe refined diesel. You have to watch out with this thing, though. She doesn't have a crazy ton of armor because she's only an armored cruiser, and so if you get hit by battleships, it's not very fun. She's officially designated as a cruiser, but I would say she's more in between a cruiser and battleship. I would go with main battery mod 2 to reduce the main reload. Probably a secondary, damage con system mod 1. The German ships do tend to catch on fire a lot. And probably propulsion mod 2. Commander skills, I just took this guy over from the Gneisenau. Underwater protection expert, battlefield support, because you want another sonar. You could go with artillery maintenance. This is just what I had from the Gneisenau, so I just was forced to stick with the same thing. But either of these two options are definitely a thing. Victorious charge, survivalist. You could go with fire supremacy, but I don't think you really need 4 precise aims. Obviously the sonar one, the marksman, probably extinguisher, demo expert, compartment maintenance, APCS, obviously because it's German, and you could technically go with the torpedo thing. The thing is, though, these torpedoes are the Nuremberg's torpedoes, so they don't have a ton of range, only like 5 kilometers, so you have to get fairly close. So yeah, I'd probably go with horizontal protection, because you do need more armor. Anyways, let's get into a battle. Or no, actually, let's look at this first. But yeah, she was fitted with the 11-inch guns, which, by the way, that reminds me, we should compare her to the Scharnhorst, because the Scharnhorst actually has the same, technically the Scharnhorst and the Gneisenau both had the same 11-inch guns. Same ship skills, except the Scharnhorst gets secondary overload and auto secondaries. Hit points are obviously all different. We're just worried about the main guns here. Looks like Graf Spee has a better reload, but not too much better, actually. Scharnhorst has better range, because it's a tier ahead, obviously. Better chance of setting fire, which I don't know why you'd be using HE in a German ship. And better AP damage, but the HE damage is exactly the same. Technically, the secondaries are also 150s, and they are exactly the same. It's just that we get less of them on this. Let's see, the torpedoes. No, the torpedoes are completely different. The Graf Spee gets 2 quad launchers, and the Scharnhorst gets 2 triple launchers. So yeah, I just wanted to compare the main guns for the most part. And if you guys are wondering how I got this, basically, you can either buy it from the tech tree. It's in the tech tree, or you can. Right now, it's in the medium crate in the shop. What happened to me was I did the sonar sweep a couple times because I wanted to see if I could get the Borodino, which obviously I didn't because that's a really low chance. But I did get a medium crate key, and I went here to open it, and I didn't expect to get anything special, but I actually got the Graf Spee from it. They have the Monaghan, the West Virginia, and the Graf Spee there, so that's where I got it. Anyways, let's get into a battle. So yeah, you're mainly you don't have a ton of guns, so you don't want to like rush in against battleships because they will hurt you, and your secondaries obviously aren't the most useful. So just use your main guns to their best ability and go in. So we're up against a Collingwood, the new British battlecruiser, Andrea Doria, Indrak, Ramat, Nuremberg, Hatsuharu, and Ernstgata. We have double New Mexico, Alba, Admiral Graf Spee, Ernstgata, Fubuki, and Farragut. And we're playing Center Control on Golden Channel, one of the maps I get the most, and I don't really mind either.
Gefechtsstation!
Because Center Control on Golden Channel is pretty good. So yeah, you might look at the torpedoes and say, oh, 2 quad launchers, that's a lot. That's even more than the Gneisenau or the Scharnhorst. Well, yes, but you also have the Nuremberg's torpedoes that only have a 5.40 kilometer range. So you're not going to be using them unless you're getting really close, which I don't really recommend. This thing is more for like dealing with light cruisers, because she has the big guns, and destroyers, because at mid-range, these 11-inch guns actually do not overpenetrate destroyers, even on AP. So, yeah, you can definitely deal with destroyers, and if you need to, if they're rushing you, you can launch your torps at them and deal with them that way, too. Okay, there's some destroyers. I see a Nuremberg, but I can't really go after it. There's some light cruisers in this game, so I should be able to deal with those, hopefully. I'm going to slam on the brakes in case there's torps. Is that Indrak coming? Yeah, the Ramat stopped. Okay, Ramat's backing up.
Gegnerische Torpedos gesichtet.
Okay, there we go. Hopefully those hit. There we go, that's decent. Thankfully the Collingwood, I think it might be in range, but he's not really. I don't know what he's doing, but. Well, it's time for us to dodge torpedoes then. That Eendrock is really annoying. I wish it would stop that. Here's the Collingwood.
Gute Arbeit.
Collingwood doesn't have much armor, so it should be easy, fairly easy to punch through. At least I'm hoping. That Eendrock is really annoying. See, yes, that cruisers have like an 8-second reload, plus there's only 4 of them, so they're not really a big thing. It's just if you're close enough, you might as well get a little bit extra damage. Stop that, Eendrock. That is so... Ouch, that hurt. That was probably the Collingwood. Yeah, the Eendrock thought he would get me with his airstrike or whatever it was, but I'm not that dumb. I don't know why he's just sitting there.
Gegnerische Torpedos gesichtet. Die Situation ist unter Kontrolle.
The only problem is I'm hitting his bow section, so I'm probably over-penetrating. Yeah, I need to get behind a rock, because that Eendrock is really, really annoying, and he's kind of wrecking me too, at the same time. Now he's shooting at our Ernest Gata, which isn't good,
Gegnerisches
but...
Team eroberte den Bereich.
I missed, somehow. There's the Collingwood. I don't know where...
Unser Team eroberte den Bereich.
I don't know where the Andrea Doria went that I saw a few minutes ago. I have no clue, honestly. Sonar up, just in case the Ramat gets any ideas of launching torps. There's the Ramat. I see his torps still.
Torpedos! Wir sind getroffen! Ziel getroffen!
You better leave there, mister. I might not see you, but I know where you are. Why is he not left yet? I think he's backing up, maybe. Anyways, I'm about to die. I'm just gonna send my torps into there, just in case he decides to come out. Okay, well I died because that stupid Eendrock and the Andrea came back around. But, yeah, we might lose. But anyways, yeah, I'm kind of in a hurry today, so I'm not gonna do another battle. But yeah, you see, this thing, you don't want to get up close to, like, battleships or anything because they can wreck you. But it's very useful for, like, light cruisers, if you can actually see them, and destroyers. Very nice and historical ship, too. It's kind of like a nice little, the sweet spot between a battleship and a cruiser. Anyways, guys, that's going to be it for this video. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, and like the video. And I'll see you in the next one.